All right, Coach Cassandra here, and it is time for another episode on cankles. It's the final episode where it just brings everything together, and that is working on your ankle strength. Now, why would ankle strength be important to losing the appearance of cankles? Well, you want to have all three muscle groups, major muscle groups of your lower leg to be nice and strong. In the first video, I talked about the gastrocnemius and the soleus. That's that back of leg. Those need to be nice and strong, as well as the front, which was in episode 2 of talking about the tibialis anterior. But now, of course, you want that ankle strength. Once you have all three of that major muscles nice and strong and you begin to lose any sort of fat or swelling that you have in your ankles, then you'll have this beautiful shapely lower leg where you have those muscles accentuated and nice and strong and big. So then you have that nice slim ankle. Now, one thing that's nice about working on all of these balance exercises, they use all of the teeny tiny muscles that are in your foot and your ankles, as well as perhaps this tibialis anterior or the soleus or gastrocnemius. So it's really going to work all of them together. You want to have nice, big, strong muscles in the front and the back so that then you can also work on your balance, which will help you with your ankle strength. All right, so I have 3 exercises for you. They are super simple. You can do them from home and you don't need a lot of equipment. In fact, you can do most of this without any equipment whatsoever. So the first one is going to be a single leg balance. Now you can hold onto a wall and test your balance from time to time, but you want to ideally be not holding on to anything because that's going to activate all those teeny tiny muscles. Now, instead of just balancing on the ground, I want you to put down a pillow and just stand on the pillow. It doesn't have to be a big pillow. It could be a pillow that you sleep on or a throw pillow. And you're just going to stand on it with one leg and then hold onto the wall and then just test your balance from time to time. Activate all those teeny tiny muscles, grab onto the wall if your balance isn't so great, but keep working on it and go for about like a minute. Go for a minute on one side and then switch to the other side and do for about a minute. Repeat that 3 times throughout the day and you are going to be golden with your exercises for your ankles as well as balance, of course. All right, so next up is something that a lot of dancers use to increase their foot strength. And you're just going to need some kind of resistance band that is more like the booty bands, the small circle bands that are thicker or that are wider, not thicker, the wider, thin material bands. If you do not have one of those, you can also use a pair of leggings. You just want to have something that has a bit of stretch, but is thin enough to where you can really use it. So you're just going to stick the ball of your toe and your toes into the resistance material. You're going to hold it on nice and tight, flexed foot, and then you're just going to point that foot and then come back. Point that foot and then flex that foot. And you really want to try to accentuate the pointing of the foot and then the toes, and then flexing the toes and then the foot. Okay, so really accentuate those 2 different movements in your foot so that then you can really feel that exercise in those ankles. Just like I was saying with the single leg pillow stand, do that for about 30 seconds on each foot, or 30 to 60 seconds on each foot, and then repeat that 3 times throughout the day. All right, my last exercise is also going to use those resistance bands, those thin resistance bands, or perhaps leggings, just something that is stretchy once again. You're going to tie it to a leg of a chair or perhaps a bench, just something that isn't going to move. And this one is also going to use the front of your leg, your tibialis anterior, as well as a bunch of other little muscles and tendons in your leg and your ankles. You're just going to have your foot pointed down and you're going to move not your knee or your leg, just your foot, and stretch it out away from the resistant, away from the tied point, and then pulling it back in. Moving it away from the standing point and then back in. Now you want to try to make sure that you don't move that knee. You're not moving your whole leg. You're just trying to isolate your foot. That way you work your ankle as well as up to your lower leg. Just like the other exercises, do that for about a minute and on each side, of course, and then repeat that 3 times throughout the day. All right, those are my 3 exercises for increasing that ankle strength and lowering the appearance of cankles. Hope you enjoy them and have a wonderful day.